What's this? Couple of gamers. Oh shit, it's the feds.
What'd you do?
Chester.
All right, welcome back to Middle Earth Adjacent.
I feel welcome.
Everybody ready for today's session?
More than you know.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, I know where we are. I'm not at all ready.
Everybody ready to explore the gambling den and deep dive into the undersea adventures of the surrounding oceans? Well, why don't we go ahead and start off by getting our recap from our favorite little dwarf.
Yes.
Julia, so why don't you go ahead and start the recap?
Hello?
Just because you run away, Julia, doesn't mean you get out of this.
Oh, she's muted.
Sorry, my neighbors are all ringing my doorbell because I have a piece of flashing that's like flying off my roof, and everybody's like, "There's flashing flying off your roof." I'm like, I know.
So you're saying it's a flash mob?
It's a flash mob.
Wait.
Alright, I'll give you that one.
Thanks.
Julia, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
She's muted and deafened.
She can't hear us.
She doesn't
Can't
want to
hear
hear
us.
us. She's like, this is how I get out of doing recap.
She's blocking it all out.
I'm not here, la 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 la.
Alright, I know
Ah.
Question of the day: does anybody know how to use a hot glue gun?
Yes.
Teach me.
You stick the stick in there, you turn it on, and you
you glue?
press. Yeah.
Whoa.
Hello.
Hello, sorry. Oh, hang on. I'll be. You can start. I'll be right back. Fuck.
Talking to a crafty person here.
All right, Anna, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I told Robert to ping me whenever I was ready, and then he was like, "It's right now," and I was like, "Oh fuck."
All right, so front stage is yours.
Okay. All right. So I'll be honest. I didn't get the last half of the session very good with notes. I'll be fucking honest. I zoned out really bad. But so at the beginning of the session, whoa. I mean, same kid, same. Anyways, so at the beginning of the session, we were all waking up and stuff like that from, or we were having. I called it the Goodberry debacle with Komai with his finger situation. We put a basket in Komai's branches so that we could collect all of those great good berries. It's going to be great. We're all afraid that Zeke was very excited whenever we were like, hey, it could be a magpie that steals and goes into the nest. So we talked a little bit about his name was Elric, was it? That was in the prison that was talking to, that's what the name I wrote down. That spoke about Zilla knowledge of the corruption, and we needed to find 2 wings and a body of a goat. The treasure is somewhere in the city. The first place we went to was public records. They kind of looked at us really shady and didn't like us very much. We found out that Elric was in prison for 13 years, and that his items were sold off, so we have to go find them. Woo! There was the fisherman couple, the widow, Tilly, and then the gambling house was mentioned, I think. Sorry, my memory is shit right now. Anyways, so we went off. We taught Komai about gambling, which was interesting. Zoas took our money, especially our good friend Moneybags over here, Cal. We went to Tilly first to talk to her about her husband and the treasure that he found. We found out that she was being attacked by a lot of the treasure hunters, so she was pretty wary about us at first. We assured her that, Cal assured her that we were of noble cause to do so. We found out about the tattoos on the treasure hunters. There's one that's with a crow missing an eye and worms coming out of their throat. And another one was a shark looking upward into an inker. After that, we found a little bit more about the items. Then we went to go see the fishing couple, but all the fishing people were out, so we went to the gambling house instead. We were greeted by a very robust and very don't know how to describe him. Besker was his name. We found I guess he's one of the many bartenders that shift around with being a bartender because of everyone being fishermen. We found out that one of the fishermen, I don't remember his name, had found the treasure, and one of the treasures, excuse me, but a boat sunk to the bottom of the ocean, or 200 feet into the ocean, and something, because those are pretty scary. We bonded. I literally wrote "tree slapped back" whenever I was trying to bond with everyone. Got very angry with me. Cal and the rest of the party realizes for the first time that like we're probably not gonna be able to go back to Middle Earth. And the reason was is because normally people don't come to this continent. We found out more about we found out more about Cal, about how his parents were so. We promised Komai to help with the corruption, and hello.
Yeah.
Keep
Still
going.
here.
Oh no, okay, sorry. No one was responding to me, so I was making sure that my mic didn't go out. Anyways, and then we did a lot. Fuck. And this is where my brain goes foggy really bad.
Anyone want to pop in and help her out?
Yeah, this is where my brain goes foggy. I'm really sorry, guys, because I keep thinking that we went to the grave first. Because I know where we ended. I just don't remember where the grave was in there that I got stabbed in the chest with. Because I know that we found out that they had put a kind of shallow grave trap to try to trap the treasure hunters. I just don't remember where the pieces were for that.
It was all from blood loss.
Yeah, probably. But I know that we were steal the last piece from the gambling house.
We're in the gambling house.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like that's the part I remember is us trying to devise a plan to steal the last piece. And
we
were gonna do
essentially come to the conclusion that we don't really know what we're gonna find until we get in there, and so we're gonna go in, be chill, case the place essentially, and if there's an opportunity, we're hopefully gonna take it and just roll with it. But we're gonna see what we can do. We go in, we find that the body of the goat is just on display along with a bunch of other trophies, like in the glass cabinet behind the bar counter.
I remember that part. Yeah.
There are 4 guards in each corner of the room, and they're made out of stone, out of statues. They're like completely still. And I think when Aranya went over to flirt with one,
they almost
jumped forward with its hand and went to grab her arm and squeeze tight. And at that point of revelation, I think we were at the end of the session.
Okay. Anybody have anything else to add?
I'm really sorry, guys.
Don't be sorry. I think that's it.
Ouch, that's painful.
Before that, I think it's important to note that when we went to the graveyard, we went searching and we found the grave we were looking for. It was already exhumed and turned out to be an empty coffin with a trap in it.
Wasn't that the week before last?
No.
Was it?
No.
I don't think
Last
so.
week.
Oh. Oh, God. It feels like an
I know
eternity ago.
days run together now. And yeah, we're like, that's weird. And then we went over to the tree that Tilly told us about. We found it, and beneath that was the actual remains of her husband, and the piece that we were looking for.
And the guards are dicks.
Yeah, that's I put something fishy's going on.
Okay. Does anybody remember the captain of the ship that sank?
Yeah, Lark.
Good job.
Yeah.
Guys.
I was about to say it was something I misspelled it horribly. It was like Lorish, and I was like, wow, my spelling is horrible.
I haven't got the name of the bartender here, but I'm keeping track of people's names.
Thank you, I appreciate you. We appreciate you greatly.
Lark. Beware the blood.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and pick up from where you guys left off. Currently, you guys are spread out around the gambling den. You guys have gone to the corners to try and distract the guards that were the security detailer, whichever you want to call it, inside the gambler's den. You do know that a private table could be set up for you in the back to play with the owner of the gambler's den. When you guys had noticed that the guards themselves were made out of stone, and you know that they're at least movable, because you guys have noticed that one of the stone figures was able to interact with Aranye.
Not in the best way either.
We'll go ahead and pick it up from there.
I think at the exact same time as Aranya getting her arm grabbed, Cal was walking up to one, trying to like hire it, aka hire them out of this establishment. But I don't know if a stone guard is gonna have much of a personality to distract like that.
You can see that he remains completely stone-faced.
Cal like waves his hand in front of him. You there, bud?
Cal, you can see that even though he's looking forward, you can tell that one of his eyes is kind of fixated on you, obviously unblinking, while his other eye kind of looks past you and is still watching the events that are occurring behind you.
He's a chameleon.
Can I see? Can I look at his eye and look like at the exact point that he's looking towards? Like, is he looking towards the bar, for example?
You can see that it's kind of like almost a direct line to the opposite corner, to where the other guard is. So you can assume that the way that they're set up, each one's set up 4 corners in the bar, that each one is staring at one another, giving them full view of everything that's going on in between.
Okay. Cal just tries to play it casual. Right? Talking to a statue. I'm just gonna get back to the bar.
Was he getting looks from anybody when he was trying to chat up one of those?
You're still facing the bar, if I remember correctly.
I'm still at the bar. I feel like I'd be spinning around and just kind of like surveying the room more than anything. If nobody's
Yeah, well,
like,
we just had a chat about them distracting the guards, so I imagine we would be at least being somewhat of an eye on each of them.
You would see, you'd see a couple of people, just kind of glance over to see why people are going up there. But they don't seem to, pay very much attention to you. Seeing as how you're new here, you're obviously dressed in different garb than the usual, at least most of you are. You can probably think that they just assume you're some of the new crew that are new people that landed here not long ago.
Well, and the two of us that are from here, I am probably dressed a little strange for everybody, and the other's a tree, so
yeah.
we,
So
like
we
I
all
said, pretty much stand out.
Nobody really is wearing the garb of the local country, so you I mean, obviously you stand out with a tree and a furbolg, but you also stand out, with your attire.
Tulia would go up to one of them, obviously, not noticing, unless Cal tells Tulia before she goes up, or if we all left at the same time, then basically, huh?
I think me and Maokai, Komai, and God, I can never Blackon are all at the bar still.
Okay. So Tulia would probably still go up to the stone thing, not realizing it, until obviously I came up to. And would I know anything about these kind of things, being that they're stone? Like a stone-made thing, if it makes sense?
You can give me a stone check.
I love that I have this.
Check.
A stone check. 23!
Loaded into the wrong one.
Yeah, so you would have, you would know that they're constructs. They're not really, humanoid like you and your allies and the rest of the people around town.
Are they golems?
No.
Okay. But they're so basically what I'm getting is that they're just magical constructs that are made specifically for guarding.
Yeah, you can you can tell that they're a magical construct. And they essentially don't do anything unless they're specifically told to by whoever commands them, or something happens that breaks one of their triggering aspects, such as when Aranye placed her hand upon the stone creature, and it immediately reacted to her by removing her hand.
Okay. Tulia will then, knowing that, will kind of curse under her breath and go back to the bar. I don't know if I was faster than Cal or something like that, but I go back to the bar and I look at Zilwis and Komai. Well, the distracting of the guards is going to be a little harder than we thought.
At that, Zilwis looks around and sees the other one grab Aranye and the other one just staring past Cal, and seems you might be correct.
Tulia's gonna run over to Aranye. See, wait, I'm short, so can I see that over the crowd?
Yes, remember that there's not a crowd of people standing, they're all sitting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure if I could see it. I didn't want to just retcon that if there was. Yeah, but anyway, she's.
And these security guards, they're fairly large, like I said before.
Okay.
They're bigger than Zilwis and Komai, so that.
Oh, really?
That should give you an indication.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, no. Tulia will quickly make her way through the crowd, and she'll put her hand on Aranya, and she'll be like, "Are you all right?"
You're what, 7'6", right? Silvis?
I am 7'8".
7'8". Okay, and I think Komai is
7'8",
somewhere
yeah.
around there as well. So they're about a foot or so taller than you.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Oh.
That's not something I'm used to.
That is totally something I'm used to, but fuck. That's all.
Like, ow, it hurts.
She'll be like, yes, I should have looked at them first before I had everyone go out. Fuck. And she's gonna check Aranye's wrist. Is it broken by any means?
She's moving it, so it's not broken.
Oh, okay. That's why I wanted to make sure. She's just gonna gently hold on to Aranye's wrist and be like, let's go back to the bar. And she's gonna gently lead Aranye back to the bar, keeping her kind of closer than normal.
Sniffles.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of pain.
And back before
This
she
is
starts
gonna-
talking about it.
This
Huh?
is gonna be interesting when we actually start getting into combat, guys.
I know, right? Jesus.
Ow!
Time out.
You suffer one boo boo. You suffer one boo boo damage.
Oh, can we use boo boo damage for Aranye?
Yes.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, I
That's
take
amazing.
79 boo damage. I am dead.
Okay.
I only
I
have
mean-
how many boo boos left.
She's over. She's like over 100 years old. I think she'll be okay.
No, it's boo boo damage.
You get worse as you get older.
Yeah, you have whew. Have you heard of reverting back? That's what happens.
Okay,
Sorry.
so apparently Aranye suffers
Get
from
wrinkly.
revertigo. Cal, what are you doing?
Cal like awkwardly left the guard and went back to the bar as well.
Okay, so you just left the area. Did you go to
Yeah.
like one of the nearest ones, or did you go to one of the the furthest one?
Oh, I
I think Aranye said she went to the closest one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
know
mentally
Rania
went
went to
to-
the closest one, but there's two close ones, so I just want to see if he went to the furthest one.
have a very strong mental image of the bar, but I'm sure we all have separate image of the bar.
We all have separate strong images of the bar, and they're
How
all
close
wrong.
is the bar to one of
Yeah.
the corners?
Okay, so to give you an
Draw it
image,
out.
to give you an image, think of a big square box, right?
Uh-huh.
In each one of those corners is one of the security. On the far right side of the big square box, there's a wraparound bar, that is like a C.
Yeah.
And that's where the barkeep is. Above her, and above her, behind her, on the wall behind her, there's the square, or I shouldn't say square, rectangular box that is 15 feet up. It's got the glass pane across the front of it. It's got the wooden, it's made out of wood for the edges and stuff like that to hold the glass in place, and it shows the trophies. To the right of the bar, there is a large door, which leads to a room that you guys haven't seen yet, but it's towards where is the back room, because the barkeep has told you as such. The southern wall in the middle is where the door is, and that's where you came from. A little bit to the left of that, you can see there is a kind of like the pink, green, red, blue stained glass to the left of the door. So it gives light, but you can't really see inside the gambling den very well. I mean, if you were to go up there and stick your face against it, you'd be able to see it. But it's just for like light, that they don't have to light torches and stuff like that to keep things lit up. And then about 15 feet from the bar, towards the middle of the room, is where all the tables are set up for the gamblers.
I was pretty close. Yeah, I'd be going to the bottom left one, the southwest.
Southwest one? Okay.
And I imagine Aranya went to like the
Bottom
northwest
right.
one. very cool. Cal just comes back to the bar with a face of like, yikes.
Lacon sipping his drink.
I don't know if this changes anything for future planning, but the roof itself is in a upward face. It's like the pyramid, and you can see rafters up there that kind of help hold the area in place.
That does help.
Good
Just
to know.
nobody look while I climb to the rafters.
But Tulia will look at Cal and be like, so I'm assuming you didn't get anywhere with the stone golem thing. Not golem. Jesus, they're not golems.
Not very talkative, no.
No, because the reason that they're not talking is because they're made primarily just for what they're doing right now, guarding. And they'll only react if they need to. Hence why they grabbed Aranya. And she's gonna look at Aranya and look at Cal. I should have looked deeper into them before we went about with our plan. That was my mistake. I'm sorry.
Look, we were just doing.
Oh dear, we
could.
can't expect you to, anticipate construct guards.
Yeah, that's
Quite unusual.
Cal thinks to himself, is that what all those statues are for?
Yes.
Back at home?
Probably.
Huh. Mighty
Makes
good
sense.
guards if I didn't even know about them myself.
So we need to think of something else.
What do you reckon the chances are that Hemon would bet it? In, say, a high-stakes game of poker, gesturing to the ominous door next to the bar.
We would probably need something of equal or greater value for him to even be willing to wager us.
We can do something with my craftwork. My craftwork is very good. And she pats her armor.
I don't feel that would be the case, given how incredibly well venerated this object is, apparently.
Tulia's gonna frown a little bit and be like, "What's that supposed to mean? Do you think my armor's not worth it? My blacksmithing
I didn't
skills?"
say that. I'm saying that artifacts are genuinely he actually said that. Generally,
You're right, dear.
generally very, very coveted.
Tulia's just gonna chuckle and elbow him lightly.
Yeah, I mean, this
I'm kidding.
this little thing is such a rare mystical artifact. I don't think we have any strange magical objects of our own that carry such intrigue.
Is anyone trained in investigation?
I think I am.
Nope.
It's a great.
I
mystery.
am.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Sure thing.
You got this. Oh yeah.
15.
Okay. So, as everybody's talking and you're getting everybody's opinions and stuff like that, a thought crosses your mind. Though it wasn't listed how much he paid for it, nobody has exclaimed what these things are. So it's a possibility they don't actually know what they are.
No, tell me one more time. Don't know what are. Oh, the objects we're looking for?
Yes.
Yeah, the little goat thing.
So they all just think I am hit with that. I think that they're all just. We know what they are, but probably the people who have them don't. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So do all of we know that, or just Zillis?
Just Zillis. It's one of
Okay,
the
cool.
perks
Just
of
wanted to make
choosing a proficiency in a certain skill.
Oh yeah, no. You're good. I just wanted to make sure before I said something.
I'll kind of look around and is anybody listening? Look like they're paying attention to me or us?
Currently,
Other than the obvious glance.
currently the only one that's within the area of the bar is the barkeep.
I'll say in like a kind of quiet but like casual tone. You know, it occurs to me. I wonder if he even knows what he has. The rest of these have just kind of come to us. But
Julie's gonna nod.
I'm not sure anyone really knows the true value of these artifacts.
I mean, I can always look at them and see if I can.
No,
Then,
I mean
once
the
my hands are on-
people- the people who have them, dear. So this proprietor might not know what it is that he has.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, we tell them, oh, we can identify this for you and tell you how much it's actually worth, blah, 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 blah. Then we just take the item and split.
I mean, it could be an option, but I have my reputation to look out for, so...
That's
I would,
fair.
I would much rather not resort to such tactics unless it's absolutely necessary.
Well, we're just taking useless junk off of his hands.
If it's in a case, I
What
don't
he
think
said.
they'd consider it to be useless junk.
Then she's gonna look at Akon and raise an eyebrow. So what do you suggest?
I haven't exactly gotten that far yet.
Well, some of us don't have that much time to think.
Are there, like, cashews or peanuts on the bar? Because that's what Tulia's gonna be chewing on for right now.
Sure, why not?
Oh, yeah. She's
But
just,
you're
like,
getting,
nibbling on them.
you're feeling a thirst because they're salty.
I always have a mighty thirst. I'm a dwarf. Tulia's gonna try to hop up on the bench the best she can. And then she's gonna look up at the barkeep and be like, excuse me, I was wondering if I could get something to drink. Also, I wanted to ask you something, if I may.
Yes, how can I help you?
Well, first, can I have some ale? That would be great. Secondly, can you tell me the story on how, you guys got that item? And she points towards the one that they're looking for. I just want to hear the story about it. I heard that's a very rare item.
Well, as far as I know, he went to an auction, he bought it, and came home and put it up there.
No grand adventure then, huh?
No. He likes to buy things that amuse him. And a headless goat or mule or whatever it is seemed to amuse him.
So he has a morbid sense of humor, you would say.
I don't know about a morbid sense of humor, but it seemed to tickle his fancy.
Do you know what else might tickle his fancy?
I'm sure
I'm
a lot
just
of
asking.
things. I'm sure a lot of things. I don't know. I don't know if he's ever laid with a dwarf before, but I'll have to ask him.
Julia's gonna be
Lacon
like,
actually spits out his drink.
yeah, I know.
My eyes
Julia does
open
too.
up and I'm just like,
Tulia was about to take a drink of her ale, and then she kind of spits it on the bar. What? No, no. That's not at all what I meant.
You're trying to cheat on me already, aren't you?
Haven't you
Julius?
been together for quite some time?
30 years? It's like a blink of an eye.
Julia's gonna look at Aranya and be like, "If you think my love's so fickle, maybe these years have been short."
Oh god, here we go.
Here we go. I'm not even 30 years old, guys.
And then Tulia will turn back to the barkeep, and she'll be like, "That's not what I meant at all. I meant by he seems to like very rare items, and I just wanted to see what I could do possibly to see if we could trade or something along those lines.
I don't know about trade, but if you find anything that's interesting, I'm sure he'll be willing to take it off your hands.
Do you know where he is exactly? I'm assuming he has this fancy booth somewhere.
Yes, like I spoke to your friends earlier. He's in the back room.
Thank you. And she like jumps off the bar stool, waddles over to her friends. Well, that was a bust. I was just trying to see what kind of items he likes. But in turn, I got told that he hasn't slept with a dwarf yet, and that was information I didn't need.
My.
Cal's gonna like raise his voice a little bit to make sure the bartender can hear, but like, yeah, I didn't. I mean, if he's collecting junk like that,
I know. Julia's gonna catch on and be like, yeah, I know. Pretty bad stuff if you ask me. And she's gonna like look at Alakon and Zois and Aranya to be like, like, meh.
Well, we could potentially just talk with him and say that we might have some information about the object, and maybe that'll catch his fancy enough for a conversation, and we could see what he wants for it.
well, we're the cooler thing to do would be to not let him know what it is.
Dear, I understand that you are very invested in trying to steal. However, the rest of us really are not that kind. Not every adventure needs to piss people off.
It doesn't have to piss him off. He doesn't have to know.
I think he'd notice if one of his very fancy things he spent a lot of money on would go missing.
Exactly.
We buy it for him for less than it's worth.
I say let the kid go in first, let him get eaten alive. It'd be hilarious to watch.
All right, let's all calm down here.
I think we should let.
I
Go ahead,
would
Lachlan.
at least like to take a civil approach to this before we resort to something we'll regret later.
I think, and she's gonna look at Zois and at Cal. I think we should give Moneybags his money because and she's gonna point at Cal. Didn't you say that only people that are really high bettors go to the back room anyway?
Right, but that's not really where we want to spend our money, and that's pretty much all of the money that we have.
Well, no, I'm not saying all of ours.
Rolling in it.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about us. I'm just saying he wins in the gambling, maybe. And if he loses his money, that's his money he loses, and that's his risk he's willing to go the. And she does the quote cool route, and this seems to be the most civil route to go for you guys, at least.
I see. Well, what do you think, Cal?
Let's try the civil route.
Tully's gonna slowly blink. I mean, that was the route that I was saying.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm being outvoted here.
Sorry, bud. And she pats his shoulder. She pats his lower back because she can't reach that high.
What? What's your
She was
hands?
She was trying to put her hand on your shoulder. Fuck off! I'm short. She says.
Okay.
Just trying to reach for your shoulder, but you guys are so damn tall. She pouts.
Well, I'm a bit light on money.
Light, as in she raises an eyebrow.
As in gestures to Professor Zolis.
Oh, yes, I'm holding on to your gold, dear. Out of character, I didn't write how much gold you had down.
Oh, I just kept it.
Right.
I like quote unquote gave you my gold.
Right. So you have to tell me how much you have, if that's what you're getting at, because I don't know the answer.
A couple of numbers. It's not that much. 22 gold, 51 silver, 50 copper.
But you said, Jason, that the piece is on display here?
Yes, it's on display. It's 15 feet off the ground in a large rectangular box with a glass pane on the front. It's got wooden siding to hold the glass pane in. Looking at it, since you guys are at the bar and you guys have made several back and forth with the bar, there doesn't seem to be a way to open it.
Is there any way that I can get like a good close look at it, or?
I mean, the only way you could get closer to it would be to go behind the bar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't want to do that. I mean, am I close enough to it that I could at least, like, I don't know, be able to offer some sort of, I don't know what I'm saying.
What is it you're trying to gather?
I don't know. I guess I'm trying to see if, like, there's something I can, like, tell about it right away that I could be, entice him to be like, he should come talk to us more about this.
About the object. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to tell because there's not a whole lot to it. Just looking at it, I mean, you all can see it, though some of you, it takes a little bit of a greater distance to see it. But it looks like an ordinary, figurine. And looking at, you guys have one piece of the wing already. It doesn't look like, other than that it's carved in a perfect manner. It doesn't look like it's anything special.
Right. Okay.
And remember, I know it was a week ago, but she did say that he comes out when he's done gambling.
Oh, okay. So we can just wait him out and.
But remember, you guys are here. You guys arrived here at the opening of.
Is someone brushing something in the back? What is that sound?
There's a dog barking.
No,
Oh, it wasn't the dog
I mean,
barking. I
I'm
don't know. I
typing.
thought maybe I'm just going wild.
Too loud. I can turn my.
No.
It's not happening right now. So.
Yeah, no, it stopped happening. I don't know what's going on. All right. I think we should maybe just wait until he comes out and try to strike up a conversation.
More drinking, got it.
Julia will be like, I'll drink to that. And she'll down a little bit more of her ale.
Cal will strike up conversation with the barkeep and get their name, finally.
Hilda.
Ilda? It's a lovely name.
So are you guys gonna just wait till closing?
Oh, till closing?
It's what? It's like 10 or 11 in the morning.
I guess he's
Well,
not.
no, it doesn't open until 1. So
It's about 2:30 right now, and then it doesn't close till 5 a.m.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Cal will have at some point casually ask, like, after probably like half an hour, so when do you think you'll be done gambling?
I mean, he owns the place. He works all day.
Oh, so he won't be out until closing time.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's a unforeseen event of any sort, he has to. I mean, he remains as the private high roller table.
Right.
How much is a high roller table?
It's minimum of 2 gold.
Oh, I don't know if we can.
We don't have that much gold, dears.
Wait, how much gold was it?
Two.
Minimum of 2 per round.
I mean, I have some gold.
Right, combined, that would be all of our gold, I believe, or at least close. That's a bit much to spend to have a conversation.
I think a lot of you have a good chunk since you guys got gold and a half for your starting wealth.
I don't know if I just took how much gold I think you told me. Me and Komai combined only have 60.
60 gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only have 19.
I was gonna say 2 gold
I
is
was gonna
60 gold's not enough for a couple of games.
I only had 50.
Oh, I thought you said 200 gold.
No,
No,
two-
you
No,
said
2 gold.
That's why I was like, wait, what? I'm so
I-
confused.
Oh.
I was
Did I
trying
miss
to.
something?
I'm sorry. I confirmed her suspicion by being like, "Ooh, I don't know if we have enough gold."
I was like, Cal just said he had 22 gold, right? That's like enough for,
Yeah.
11 games or something like that.
Alright, look. I'm tired.
Oh. But Tulia will be like, I mean, I could bet. Yeah, we all could throw our nets in and see what happens.
I mean, we could head in there and,
Yeah, we could
uh,
become high rollers for a day.
bet things that aren't necessarily gold. Just win some of the trophies that he's not really that too interested in. I mean, he got it a couple years ago, right? He probably doesn't even remember he has it.
I'm not exactly the best at chatting people up, so if you want, here, and Lacon will hand over all of his gold.
Oh hell!
All 12 gold.
12 gold. I'm writing it.
Tulia's gonna take 6. Because she's definitely
I get the feeling that I'm suddenly
want to do that.
about to start gambling.
Well,
I
this
would
is
if
kind of
I
your...
would if it all.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a natural, but I could see my way around a table, I'm sure.
Tulia will look at Lacon and be like, listen, if I lose any of your money, you'll personally get it from my funds. Okay?
Like I said, I'd prefer you not lose it, but I'm not going to split hairs over.
She'll look at Cal. Ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
She'll give Aranye's hand a tight squeeze and then follow after Cal.
Cal will ask if they can head into the high roll table and play a couple of rounds.
Okay, who's all willing or wanting to go?
Me.
I'll go.
Hi.
I don't know. Would I go?
Do remember she did say those who go in the back room must play.
Right, I know. That's what I mean. I'm trying to... Because, like, she wants to go because she would be the one... Oh, you know what? I'll wait outside because that would be an interesting... You guys could be like, oh, we have an archaeologist with us. It'd be a little strange if I go in.
Right.
And I'm like, I've never gambled before. I just happen to be an archaeologist. Wow, look at that thing.
I love it.
What a coincidence. This thing looks really nice. Hey, what's this thing called a hand?
All right. So I'm gonna just mentally remember.
We'll give you...
Nobody's trying to lie or steal things. Nobody's trying to lie or steal things. All right.
Great.
We'll give you... Who else is going in?
Me,
I am.
Tulia.
The 3 of you are?
Cal, Talia, Ranye.
Alright, we'll give you... hang on. I can't...
I mean, you may as well just.
I'm
give me
just
my
giving you guys some gold. I just can't think of how much gold I should give you. 3, 6, 9.
Ace is mine.
Yeah, we'll give you... Oh, wait, it's 2. God. 4, 8, 12. We'll give you guys 12 gold so you for an extra 2 hands each. Right? What did I just say? 2...
12
4,
with
8,
2
12.
extra hands each. Yeah, 12.
Alright. 60 minus 12
Okay.
is 18.
I may as
Nope.
well ask for my gold back.
I'm gonna
which-
just do math. Yeah, obviously I give you your gold
Yeah.
back.
And then me, Tulia, and Aranya will get
12.
4
That
gold
18.
each. 2 rounds.
Yeah, you each get 4 gold.
All right. Cal, Tulia, and Aranya, all with a couple extra gold pieces.
Okay, so you three wish to go play at the private tables in the back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, please.
You'll see her look towards the guard that's essentially standing next to the door, because he's the one in the northeast corner. She'll give a sign of some sort. I don't actually... Do we have any rogues in the party?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
Wow, really? No rogues in the party.
No rogue.
Holy cannoli.
Okay, well,
Right,
she
there
does.
can't
She
always be a
does.
I didn't want to play a rogue 2 campaigns.
She does something with her hands, and you'll see a little flash of, or 3 flashes from the creature's eyes, and she looks towards you and says, "You may enter."
Fancy. All right.
Hmm.
Tally ho.
All right. So as you 3 enter, you can see that the door behind you slowly shuts. In front of you, you can see a large table, similar to the ones out front, but this one has, padding around the sides. It's got nice, comfy chairs. Behind him, you can see that there's a room off towards the side of the large square room. Behind him, you can see another doorway that's kind of like a saloon kind of doors. And you can smell like sweet meats and pastries from behind there, just kind of emanating into the room. You see a well-dressed man kind of just standing there, and he kind of ushers you over, asking if you 3 are ready to begin playing.
I was born ready, Jeeves.
Sounds good
Yes.
to me.
Okay, so he offers you guys a seat and asks if you would like anything to drink or eat.
Ale is fine with me. And maybe some of more of those peanut or cashews or whatever the hell you have at the bar. Please.
Okay. He looks at the other 2.
Yeah, just a gin and tonic.
Okay, he looks at you, Aranya.
Wine? Fine.
Okay. You see him grab a small box out from underneath the table. He opens it up, takes out 3 cups, and gives you each a cup and 3 dice. As he's doing this, you see a platter come floating out. You can all see that the saloon doors kind of like bump back and forth as it opens and closes, and the platter comes out and drops off your ale, your wine, and your gin and tonic, and some nuts for you, Tulia.
Hell yeah.
And you can see the platter float back on, back into the beyond the saloon doors, which you again see they open and then close.
Did our drinks just fly to us?
Looks like it. Pretty
Ah,
cool if you ask
delicious.
me.
He says, "All right, so go ahead and place your coins on the table for the first round."
I do
Oh,
as I'm told.
yeah. 2 coins.
I will do that.
Okay, so you see him grab his 3 dice, toss them in his cup. He swirls them around a bit and slams the cup face down on the table and looks up
Yahtzee!
at you.
Sorry. Sorry, I had to say Yahtzee. Oh, is it like turn based, or we just say?
He's just looking at you. What you guys are doing? Yeah, he's
Julia's
staring at you guys, waiting for you guys to do something.
Tulia's gonna say 12.
He kind of looks at you
I
and
don't
says, 12? What do you mean 12?
What? There's 12. The number on the dice. Like how much the two? I don't know what we're playing.
You seem kind of sigh and you go, have you ever played before?
Ship size. I'm used to playing Texas Hold'em. I'm sorry, or blackjack.
Neither of those things.
Texas?
I'm so excited.
I'm pretty well read. I've never heard of this.
I have
Texas.
no idea what. No, listen. I'm honest to God, in real life, have no idea what's going on right now.
Well, it sounds like none of you do, because none of you bothered to ask how the games are played.
Nope.
Sorry, I thought I did. I didn't. I don't know. Anyways, go on, please.
I really hope they're doing all right in there, Professor.
Oh, I'm sure they're doing wonderfully. They're all smart. They'll figure it out.
He looks at the other two, Ranye and Cal.
Look, it's not my turn. Just explain it for the lady, please.
He kind of laughs. It seems I have to explain it for all of you. You see, we all roll dice at the same time in our cups, face down. Then we gamble on whether or not your dice are higher or lower than mine.
Oh, it's this game. Oh. Okay.
I was very confused when the
say high or
cups
low,
and
but-
dice came out. All right, I understand now. It's all coming. It's all the two brain cells are rubbing together.
All
Right, that's how I feel right now.
So you'll see him pick up his cup, grab his dice, and imitate how to do it again. He puts the dice in the cup, swirls it around, puts the cup face down on the table, essentially hiding his dice.
I will follow suit.
Same.
As will Cal. He'll slap it on the table.
Okay, so everybody go ahead and roll 3d6.
Just to you? Or...
Yeah, just to me. GR, it's /GR space 3d6.
Oh, that's fun.
I hope I did that right. Okay, I did do that right. Awesome. Yeah. Okay.
Did I tell you, Jason, that when I first started playing, because we always use that for the God rolls in Darksis, I thought GR stood for God roll.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally every
That's
single
amazing.
time I do the GR thing, I'm like, God roll.
Yeah. I still do it.
It makes sense. It makes 100%.
You are rolling to God.
It's true. That's what I'm saying. It makes sense.
Well, your game, was my first Roll20 game.
Okay. So
Sorry.
no, it's fine. It's good to hear. So you guys have rolled your dice. You guys have already essentially you guys paid 2 gold to roll dice. All right. So now you can bet additional gold whether or not you think yours is going to be higher or lower. You can say right now that yours is going to be lower and stick with that and just bet the 2 gold, or you can bet an additional gold knowing your roll already and say high or low.
Compared to everybody else's?
No, you three are facing the dealer.
Okay.
Cal will put on 1 more gold and say higher. Oh, I've got higher than yours. Let's make it clear.
Okay.
So it's like blackjack. Everybody plays against the dealer.
Yes.
Okay, now it's all making sense to me. I was like, wait, I know this game. Wait, I know. Never mind. But Tilia's going to place 1 gold and be like lower.
Okay.
I'll place a gold. Lower.
Okay, so you're all placing gold and an extra gold in. So keep note of that. Two of you are going lower, and Cal is going higher. He reveals his dice. Wow.
Hell yeah, Ranye, we did it.
High five.
Can you? Wait? They don't have
High
to
five.
roll in secret if they're just rolling to each other. If they're playing against the dealer, I want to know.
Well, you're not there, so you don't get to know.
I want to know.
Oh, that's sad.
Whatever.
All right.
I'll just say you're hot gluing.
So we're all like, yeah, all right.
So you
Look
guys
on
all,
Twitch.
yeah. I mean, there's that as well.
Oh, I try not to, because all sorts of shit happens on there. Every time I
so
look, I get ruined by
he
something.
slides you each 3 gold, because he rolled perfectly in between all of yours.
Yay! I'll
A
start clapping.
miracle.
Woo!
He'll smile. Wow. Yeah. Seems I got some lucky, first time lucky people here.
What can I
Willing
say?
to go
I'm a lucky
another
guy.
round?
What was that?
So you keep your 3 gold that you put down, and then you win an additional 3 gold.
So I got 4.
No, you got 6.
Oh.
6? Wow.
Yeah, you got 6, yeah.
Yeah. So you put in 3 and got back 6.
Cal will pick up the 3 gold he just got and 1 from the top, leaving his 2 gold, and be like, all right, let's go 1 more.
Yeah, I'll put 2 gold in.
Yeah, so we'll, Julia.
Okay. So he'll grab his dice, toss them in the cup, swirl them around, and slam it down. When you guys are ready to do yours, go ahead and roll yours. Ooh. Okay. So we'll just start with the ones I see first. Cal, what are you going to do?
Cal will put 2 gold on and say, mine's lower than yours.
Okay, Cal for lower. Aranye.
I'll put 1 and say higher.
Okay, Aranye for higher.
It's
Aranye
an
for higher.
unconfident guess.
And Tulia.
What do the pips on the dice mean?
Oh god. So there isn't like a... No, I can't. Never mind. That's like blackjack. Never mind.
Blackjack. Wait.
Yeah, I know. Blackjack. Yeah, exactly. Using my point. Anyways, she's gonna bet 1 gold and be like higher.
Higher.
Yes.
Okay, so we have
2 higher.
2 higher and 1 lower. So he lifts up his cup.
Oh! Yay!
Wow, you guys are doing good. All right, so
Oh yeah.
Cal, we actually push, and so we can go double against one another if you want to, or you can.
Oh, double or nothing?
Yeah.
So we what? Roll 3 more times? 3 more d6?
Yes. If you want to, but you'd have to put in 4 additional gold.
Oh, bring it on, friend. Cal will fish out 4 more gold.
Okay. He'll pay out the other 2 since they won.
How much gold did we get? I'm so sorry.
You got 6 gold.
6 gold again? Okay, cool.
Yep. All right, Cal. What is your?
Cal firmly believes he will roll lower.
Lower. I'm pretty sure you will.
There's dice.
Oh!
What happened?
Oh my god.
So you see Cal look a little upset as he gathers the 8 gold from Cal.
Cal laughs it off, son of a bitch.
Fucking Tulia's gonna chuckle a little bit and pat his back. You'll get it next time, buddy.
Yeah, we'll see about that. It's a little drafty, a little cold in here, don't you think? 2 more. Well, let's go, and he'll put 2 more gold in.
Okay, Cal, you're gonna play again.
I need my 8 gold back.
Isn't
Put 2 gold
what's
in.
his face supposed to be showing up at some point? I thought we played with him.
Yeah, I mean, you are technically. Nobody's said
Is he the
anything.
dealer?
Nobody said anything. So.
Oh, I was
shit.
waiting, and I was like, "Who the fuck is?"
Yeah,
this
me
guy?
too. Yeah, me too.
I
I
was
was
waiting
like,
for some dude to come to sit down and be like, yeah, I'll join you guys.
No, I mean,
exactly right.
I told you he's the one in the back working, and he plays with the people. If you want to set up a private table with him, then you let them know.
Yeah, he could be working, but like he could be sitting down, like, you know, like playing with us, but he's still working.
Like a
He
wild-
could be like a watchful eye. Kind
He wouldn't play. He wouldn't play against his own gambling den. Anyways, this thought,
Same.
all this thoughts, arrive all at once to all of you as this is probably the person that you guys were seeking.
Before everybody rolls their next set of dice, Cal's like swishing his cup around. What was your name, friend?
Hamlin.
Oh, Hamlin. Yeah, this is your place, right?
Yes, that's. I would have figured you knew that coming back here. I only trust
hey, I'm
myself
just,
with the high rollers.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm hoping to come out of here with more than I came in with, and Cal will slap his cup on the table. He squints at it. Lower, please, and he'll put 2 more gold on.
Okay. He looks the other two, Tulia and Ranye.
She'll put 2 more gold on
Yeah,
the
I'll
table.
put 2 more in.
Okay.
Let me. You want? Okay, I'll roll. I'm gonna say you're higher, and she's gonna put 1 more gold out.
I'll put 1 out and I'll be like, higher?
Okay. So we have two lowers and 1 higher.
No, I said higher.
Okay, so you
2
think
hires, 1.
your roll is higher than his.
No, his roll is higher than mine.
Right. So you account for your roll, not his.
So Tulia bets lower, Arania bets higher.
Right. You think your dice are lower than his.
Yes.
Right. So you would say lower.
Okay, so lower then. I'm sorry.
Okay. He'll say that's some interesting attire there. I haven't seen that before.
Who is he talking to? All of us, or just?
Yes, all of you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean we come from all over, right?
Oh, thank you. I made some of this myself.
Are you some of the folk that have arrived here on the ship recently?
The very same.
That would explain it. Why you're dressed differently and aren't fully aware of the rules of the game.
Chile will nod.
I hope you'll forgive us outsiders. Sorry, I was a little awestruck by your tower of trophies out there.
Oh yeah, I many of them I have won, others I have purchased.
Yeah, we heard that you really like your like interesting items.
I know, but that's what.
Yes, I'm so bored of the mundane, so I seek out things that are abstract.
Oh sure. I mean, our friend's a professor. She was trying to get a better look at some of the trophies you had. There's some weird looking stuff in there, but even for her height, she couldn't really get to 15 feet up.
Yeah, she could possibly, tell you their worth and stuff like that. Just a thought. And she places She taps the table for like, let's go on with betting.
Oh, well, I figured that worth is only as much as the one selling it. And it's only worth as much to someone else as they're willing to pay for it.
Yes, but knowing the full worth of something makes it easier for you to bargain with, right?
I mean, I guess for some things, but if it's got a personal touch to oneself, then it's could be worth nothing or could be worth everything. And he'll lift up.
She'll be like, "I'll drink." Oh, hi, Pitch. Hello. Hi, kitty. I'm sorry, baby.
Ranier, he'll take your gold, and he'll dole out the 2 and the 4 to Tulia and Cal.
Thank you kindly.
I'll place 2 more in there.
Yeah, Cal will place 2 more as well.
Well,
And so will Tulia.
Okay. Is there one of my trophies that has caught your attention?
There's one that I'm confused by. You have what looks like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like the body of a 4-legged creature. I can't really make it out. No head, no anything. It's. Is it like meant to be a tiny table?
No. I saw it, and I'm not exactly sure what type of animal it is, but it resembled a horse, so I figured a headless horse would be a fine item for my collection.
If you say so. Cal will shake his cup and put it on the ground.
Okay, go ahead and roll when you're ready.
Is there a limit on how high you can bet here?
Only double what is put down.
Okay, that's fair. Cal will put 2 more gold on.
Well, meaning you can put 4 down. So you can double what was put down.
Correct.
Double. Cal will put 4 gold down.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess that I'm lower here, my friend.
I bet you will.
Hey, you got 6 before.
I'm gonna go higher, and I'll put 1.
Aranya, you think yours is higher?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sounds so confident.
I am so confident.
And Tulia will put 2 gold down this time, and she'll be like, I think mine will be lower.
Okay. He'll swirl his cup around. So tell me about this professor who might be able to look over my item.
You don't know of her?
Yeah, Professor
You guys
Zilvis.
didn't say my name.
She's pretty well known.
Oh,
Your
I'm
name is
sorry.
Silver?
I thought you said Zillis. I'm sorry.
No, he said professor.
Okay, my thing's been cutting out, so I thought he said Professor Zillis.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
basically
right.
only refer to her as
Sorry.
the professor.
Okay, that's my mistake. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh yeah, Professor
Her name is
Zillis.
Ah, I have heard inklings of her, which means she's at least somewhat capable.
Oh, she's more than capable.
Well, I do find it curious as to what she could tell me about the item. I have purchased it a little bit ago. And he'll slam down his cup and reveal his dice.
She's just at the bar. Hey,
Son
there's
of a
my money.
biscuit.
And he'll take Ronnie's money again.
Can I just go
He'll look at you, Ronnie. He's like, I like you.
Why? I'll smile. I'll be like, why? Because you keep taking my money?
Yes, I do find that those who tend to lose to me, I find a great friendship with.
Oh, good.
I tend to invite them back more often.
So how much did I'm sorry, how much did I get back? I got, because I put...
You Aranya bet 3, so totally bet 4. So you get 4 back.
Okay, get 4 back. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
And remember, that's 4 total, minusing the 2 that you put in. So you net gain 2.
Right.
Okay.
Well, is this Professor Zilwis here?
Yes,
Oh,
she's
yeah,
just out there.
She's just at the bar.
Well, I am inclined to meet somebody of her stature. He gathers the dice and the cups and puts them back in the case. If you wouldn't mind, having her come back here.
Junior, just grab a bowl.
Oh, of course. Here, I'll just be a sec. Cal will go to the door and open up. Hey, Professor.
Can can I hear him?
No, you can't hear him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, all right, one sec, guys, and Cal will exit and we'll head over to Professor. Hey, he wants to meet you.
Oh, wonderful. Well, let's go, I suppose. Oh, well, I'll go, I suppose. Lakan, will you keep an eye on Komai, please?
Yeah, I'll just stay.
Thank you, dear.
Oh, here you go. Cal will give Lakan 13 gold.
Ooh.
Wink.
Tulia and Aranye, since you're still there, you'll see him make some motions with his fingers, and you can see that his mouth is moving, but no sound is coming out.
Can I try to lip read?
Can you try to lip read?
Yeah.
Do you have the skill? Or do you have the feat?
No, I don't.
Okay, then no.
Okay, never mind, Dan.
Those of you out, Lakan, Zilwis, Komai, you can see that the bartender stops what she's doing, just like in the middle of, picking up a glass, and you can see that she's kind of just staring off forward, and then you can see her mouth begin to move, but she's not making any sounds.
Dear, are you all right?
She looks down at you and says, "Are you? Which one of you is Professor Zilwis?"
Oh, that would be me, dear.
All right. You'll see her turn towards the security, and she waves her fingers in a similar but slightly different manner. And instead of it glowing the same colors as before, it flashes a different color. And she looks at you, Zilwis, and says, you can head back to the private room."
Oh, lovely. Thank you. And I'll follow Cal back.
Thanks, Hilda. And Cal will show Zilwis the way.
All right, Zilwis, since you are the only one to have been in both rooms at the exact time, as you break the threshold of the room, you can see behind you the door closing. Mm-hmm. Which you notice that from the other side, you never saw that happen.
Interesting. All right.
So from your point of view, outside next to the bar, the door remained open the entire time they've been in there.
Right.
But walking back there, as soon as you crossed over through, you saw a door close behind you.
That is interesting.
Sneaky door.
Sneaky door.
So he'll look over at you, the obvious Furbolg, the complete different one. Say, "You must be Professor Zilwis. Please come sit."
Oh, wonderful. Pleasure to meet you. She'll extend a hand in a proper greeting and take a seat.
Sure. He'll shake your hand as you sit. you'll see him turn towards the saloon doors and say, please gather the headless horse. And he turns back to you, Zilwis. Is there anything you would like to eat or drink?
Oh, no, dear. Thank you so much. Your bartender has been quite kind. Delicious drinks all around.
All right. Zilwis and the rest of you will notice that the saloon doors, pop open and, swing shut, but nothing seems to exit. After about 6 seconds, you'll hear a noise come from behind you.
I'll look behind me.
So will Tilia.
I will as well.
So as you look behind you, you don't really see anything happening, but you do see a horse, the trophy that you guys are looking for, the goat, the headless goat, kind of like meld through the wooden paneling, and just begin to float down, and then head over towards Hamlin. And it, he picks it up out of like thin air as the after a few seconds, the saloon doors open and close again.
My, that is quite a trick.
He smiles and says, just basic things. And he says, your companions here have informed me that you may know something about this.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, as much as one can ever know about such a strange thing, it really just caught my eye. It looks as though it is a piece of something.
Yes, I've inquired about that as well, but nobody seems to really understand what I'm talking about. And he kind of rubs his finger over a hole on the right side and a hole on the left side of the body.
May I? She'll hold out a hand.
You see that he's kind of hesitant, but kind of then he is like he feels reassured looking around, and hands you the goat.
Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure, obviously, that it looks like it's going to fit our piece.
Yeah, you'd see that the little spot where the wing has a little kind of like a square point would fit into one of these holes.
Yeah, okay. So she'll look it over, kind of be like, yes, it definitely looks as though it is multiple pieces. I'm curious, would you ever part with something like this? And she'll put it, like, very obviously, examining it very professionally, and as soon as she's done looking at it, like, put it back down on the table. It is, as you may know, it is somewhat of an interest of mine to put things back together that may have historical value. Of course, unless it is personal to you.
Well, I guess that really depends on what you can tell me about it.
Well, it's very difficult to tell without all of the other pieces. Could I make some kind of check to see if, examining it closer?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Oh, perception. I don't think I'm not. Iggy,
You can do it.
please. Oh, me.
Oh, look at you go.
You
That's
got this.
I rolled a 19.
So looking it over, there doesn't seem too much to it, but something catches your eye. It's very, very small, and it looks like there's letterings across the underside, but you would need something to magnify the letters to be able to read what it says.
Yeah.
But you can definitely tell, anybody without a very high passive perception would easily miss this.
She'll kind of like spin it over and be like, of course I didn't bring my tools to come drink, but if you look here, it looks as though there's some sort of inscription. Have you read that before?
You'll see him go inscription. I've never seen an inscription on it.
If you look very carefully, and she'll kind of like move like over to his side, keeping like a reasonable social distance.
So he'll take it. He'll look at it. You can see he's squinting, trying to see what it says. He's rubbing his thumb over it, noticing that it's got like that embossed texture to it. He's like, there's definitely something there, but it's definitely too small for me to see.
It sparked my interest when I saw it. It was such a strange piece, and then I thought it might have more pieces, and then this just intrigues me more. Since I've retired from archaeology, I don't get too many puzzles. Do you have I have tools back at my camp, but do you have any sort of magnifying glass here, or?
Magnifying glass? No, I can't say that I do, but how far away is your camp?
Oh, quite a distance. I would have to purchase another one, of course. I didn't really bring my more delicate tools. I wasn't expecting to find anything quite this exciting.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, can you wait like 10 minutes?
Oh, of course.
You guys will see him begin, moving his fingers and mouthing again. And then he'll go, once he's done, he'll say, okay, one should be brought to us shortly.
Oh, marvelous. And I mean, she'll just like, chat him up about, talk about some of like the, dig sites she's been to, some of like the, mystery, nothing like grand or anything, but some like, the small mysteries she's uncovered, and, just kind of playing more into like, the fact that she's become somewhat of a hobbyist at this point, and, just trying to find little things that intrigue her on her travels.
Okay. Let's see. Komai and Lacan, you guys are the only ones outside, if I'm correct, right?
That is correct.
Okay. What's your passives? I think it's like 12 and 13.
Not good. Let's see. Lacan is 12. And
yeah, mine's like a 12.
I think Komai has to be at least 13. He rolled too many good stats.
It is 13. Yeah, it is 13.
Those are
All right. So Komai kind of nudges you a little bit and points your, kind of not, revealing that he's doing it to those around him, except for you. But he kind of like points towards the door, showing that the door has opened and it's slowly closing.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
The front door to the establishment has opened and is now slowly closing. This is about 10 minutes later.
Okay. Do I see anybody like enter or exit through there?
You and Komai can give me a perception check.
Perception checks.
So I don't think he's not trained, so I'll just roll a d20 for him +3, so you can just roll yours.
Yeah, it's plus. Yeah. I don't see it.
Maybe I
okay.
will take skill.
So, yeah, you don't see anything, but Komai kind of points out to you a circular shadow kind of moving across the floor. And it moves across the floor, and it moves behind the bar. And once it does, you see that it the shadow, leaves from behind the bar and heads back outside of the establishment. You see the Hilda kind of reach down, and she grabs a magnifying glass from underneath.
That's all.
Okay, did that shadow like stay there for any period of time, like it was snooping around?
No. It essentially the shadow moved across the ground, went behind the bar, stayed there for, I guess, 6 seconds, and then left and went back outside the den.
Hmm.
And then you saw Hilda reach down and grab a magnifying glass.
Does she look alarmed at all by any of that transpiring, or does she look like she was just busy getting the magnifying?
Give me an insight check. She just looks busy.
No shit.
Wow.
And she'll call out to one of the stone guardians, and it kind of looks towards her, the one that's towards the right side, and it moves from its position towards her. It grabs the magnifying glass out of her hand, and it turns around, heads back towards where it stands next to the door, and you can see it kind of reach its arm through the door. Those of you on the other, or not through the door, the open way. Those of you on the other side see Hamlin kind of look up and says, "Would one of you mind grabbing that for me?" And he points towards the door.
Tulia will stand up and open the.
Tulia, as you, I assume while you guys turn around and look, you'll see a hand sticking through the door with a magnifying glass in his hand.
And she'll take it slowly. Thank you. And then she'll come back in and hand it over.
Okay. You'll see the
point,
hand disappear.
At this point, Professor Zois is like genuinely really excited. You know what I mean? Like it's not fake. She really wants to know what this is, and it's probably like pretty apparent to him that like this clearly is like a passion of hers, and she's very excited about like the silly writing on this thing.
So as he, he takes the magnifying glass and he, looks heavily at it, trying to read what's on it. And he will start spelling out the letters for you.
Okay.
I just gotta pull out my handout.
Shit.
He says E L I S H R A.
Get the fuck out.
God damn it.
What?
It's it's missing a Y. Isn't it present with a
match?
Y in
What?
Tharxis?
Tharxis match?
What?
Elisha?
Yeah.
One of your gods from Tharxis?
Different spelling.
Yeah, I know.
But
It
we
is
still
a
couldn't
different
find that damn
Everything's
temple.
connected.
Yeah, it was at the temple I never got to go to.
I heard that something flew overhead in the night with wings. It was actually a TIE fighter. Just.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Can I make some kind of roll to see if I know this name?
Give me a history check. It'll be difficult, but go ahead.
Well, this should be my strong suit, so let's find out. Oh, well, that's not bad, but probably not good enough still.
The only thing you would know is that you've seen it before in some runes that you've delved into, though you've never come across anything that would identify who or what this word belongs to.
Do I remember where those runes are from or what the runes' origins were?
You've seen the word pop up in ruins from dwarven ruins, elven ruins.
Oh, okay.
All, the word's been there in other ruins that you've been in, but it hasn't specifically. You haven't found anything that has specifically stated what it is.
So she'll like kind of like take a minute, and like yeah, that is fascinating. No one really knows what that means. I've seen it pop up here and there on various ruins, across races, across the continent. Nothing has really ever told me what it is. I wonder if this is a piece of that puzzle.
That is most interesting. I didn't realize. I mean, I knew there were other parts to it. Well, I should say, I assumed there were other parts to it, as he gestures to the holes in the side. But I never thought it was something old. It still looks in fairly decent shape.
Well, I can ascertain if it's a century old or not.
Does that work out of ruins or in ruins?
Yep, I can determine the monetary value of art objects more than a century old, so therefore implying I can tell if something's at least a century old.
Fair enough. So yeah, you would know that it's at least a century old.
It is in impeccable condition, but it's at least a century old. I'd have to, of course, look further at it with better tools and things to determine if it has, any sort of monetary value or anything like that. But it's definitely not new, although in wonderful condition. You've kept it very well preserved. How long have you had this, if you don't mind me asking?
I haven't had it too long. Definitely not long enough to understand that it's a century old. Obviously, not long enough to see these writings, though it has spent most of its time in the case. So I guess that's why it's at least kept in well enough condition.
Interesting. Do you know who the previous owner was? Or did they tell you any information about it when you purchased it?
I'm not sure who the original owner was. I do know that it was auctioned off by the guards. So it was one of the items that was acquired from an inmate or a prisoner of some sort, which I assume was used to help pay for some of the things that he had done.
Oh, how unfortunate. It's so hard to get information that way. But that is the way of the world, I suppose. Especially in artifacts like this sometimes. They just crop up in the strangest places.
Well, it's good, because I assume that I wouldn't have, if this has been known to be an artifact, I definitely wouldn't have been able to purchase it for a value of that nature.
Oh, well, I mean, whether or not it's an artifact is... So just because something is old, I'm using archaeology terminology. Just because something is old does not necessarily mean that is an artifact in the sense of monetary value. I could tell you that how much is it worth?
How much is it worth?
Yeah, because if it's over a century old, I know how much it's worth.
I guess I would consider this some sort of an art object, since it was handcrafted. For the right buyer, you could probably get about 600 gold for it.
Okay. In the absolute best of circumstances, a couple hundred gold probably. It is definitely interesting for sure. And she'll again casually. He never handed it back to me. She'll kind of give it a look and be like, if you're ever interested in further pursuing the work of this, I would happily add your name to a paper with any discoveries I found. It'd probably be good for business.
Yes, that does sound like it might be good for business, but It would be hard to part with, though I may be able to part with it with somebody who I knew I trusted.
Oh, well, I mean, I know that we are very new acquaintances. However, if there's a way that I could earn your trust, again, I do greatly enjoy puzzles, and this Alicia thing has really vexed me for quite some time, I must admit.
Well, I'll tell you this: I don't really trust anybody who isn't willing to put their fortunes on the line.
Didn't I just do that? Do you trust me?
I mean, he already said that he liked you, so.
I mean, what about if I hold on to it?
Well, I'll tell you what. If one of you is willing to risk some gold for it, then I'll be more than happy to take that chance.
How much are we talking?
I can do.
Well, saying as how the good professor has said it's worth hundreds, let's do 10 gold games.
Whew, okay.
If you win, I'll let you use it, and whatever you find, he looks over at you, Professor. Would hope that you would mention me by name.
Oh, absolutely.
But whatever you lose to me, I get to keep.
Julia's gonna say, I guess so. I guess that's where we're at.
All right. Which one of you would like to play a game?
Julia will put the 10 gold down.
Okay. So he'll take out a single cup and 3 dice for you, Tulia. You don't have to roll to GM.
I'm assuming this is a mano-y-mano, not a we all get to try.
Yes.
What do you like?
Because the odds would be in your favor.
So, you said something about me rolling or whatever?
Yeah, you can just roll normally. Since it's
Okay.
just one-on-one and you guys are not really looking to hide dice.
Okay.
Because it's already...
Sounds good.
There's no going to be betting higher since you're not going to be gaining any gold back.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll 3d6.
Mm-hmm. Hey, okay.
So do you believe yours is higher or lower?
Lower.
Big money, no whammies.
Hey!
Oh,
Hey!
Wow, I don't think he's won against you yet, Tulia.
No, he is not.
That's why, it was funny, because when she said that, I was going to say, oh, she hasn't even won yet, and then I was like, wait, that means it's her turn.
He kind of smiles.
I've won every single round.
She's won every round.
Oh!
Tulia's won every round.
Right, Aranya is the one that's...
My wife
I
is
have
not.
lost. I've won and I have lost.
Yeah, I believe.
It's why he likes me.
Yeah, Aranye's lost 2 and won 1, but Cal's lost the most.
No, I won it back. I'm up.
Right. You won it back overall, but you
Yeah.
had the largest amount lost in one game.
Yeah.
I won everything.
So he says, "I'm gonna have to keep my eye on you. Playing against you is gonna be a special occasion."
Tulia smirks.
He will, since you were the victor, he will hand the headless goat to you.
Tulia will look at Professor Zois and hand it to her. What?
Yeah, Professor Zobus will kind of like carefully, in her professional manner, wrap it up and put it in her bag or whatever.
He will look to you, Professor Zilwis, and seeing how we plan to get to know each other a little bit better in the coming years, please take this as a gift. And he'll hand you the magnifying glass.
Yeah!
That's awesome.
Those are like a really expensive.
They're like $50 or something,
Yeah.
right?
They're
Yeah, I was
like
about to say,
I believe they're like 1,000 gold or something
Yeah,
like that.
one
Yeah.
jeez.
No, you're
No.
thinking of the
Telescope.
spyglass.
the telescope.
Oh, the spyglass, yeah.
Yeah, the magnifying glass is not nearly as expensive, but pricey nonetheless. Oh, that is very appreciated. Thank you so much for your kindness.
Like, thank you for all of your help.
And I'm sure I don't know if everyone is as intrigued by these sorts of things as I am, but I will report back to you and let you know what we're finding. It's very exciting to be part of some of these ancient mysteries.
Yes, please do. But I have lost enough for today. So I will have to have you guys enjoy some gambling on the lower scale.
Of course. Thank you again.
Yeah, of course. I'd be happy to come back. Cal will reach across the table to shake his hand.
He'll reach across and shake.
All right,
And
he's
to-
close.
Go ahead.
No, that's it.
Oh, okay, cool. Tulia will stand up and she'll go to offer to shake his hand as well and be like, maybe I can take some more of your money later. And she smirks.
He kind of gives off a chuckle as well, we're gonna have to do something about you because I can't keep losing money to you. It's bad business.
She'll laugh and then she'll give him a handshake and she'll pat his arm. And then she'll walk out.
I will give him a handshake. Like, thank you so much for everything. It was really fun learning this game.
Yes, you are most welcome every day. Please come back whenever.
Is that because I lose? I'll give like a small pouty face.
It's because you are becoming a great friend.
Is
Yes.
it because you get to take my gold?
Tulia's gonna walk in and grab Aranya by the wrist and be like, she's married! And she walks out.
I'll wave goodbye. Be like, bye.
Zillis?
She kind of like laughs and then says, "Oh, right. We'll be seeing you soon." And we'll follow.
Cal will look at the cup. No, okay. I'll see you later, Hemlin. It's been a pleasure. Oh, name's Cal, by the way. All right.
Nice to meet you.
All right. And Cal will head out.
So as you guys make your way towards the door opens up. And you guys walk out. And you see Lacan and Komai sitting there at the bar.
Tulia's gonna have a shit-eating grin on her face.
Tulia, goddamn. Oh, here's your, you know what? Here's your 7 gold.
What kind of... What?
Do I get my 12 gold back by any chance?
Oh yeah, no,
I
she
give you
had her...
3. That's what I've got.
Yeah, I give her back the 12 gold, and then I go over to Lacan and hand him the 6 back, and she'll pocket the rest of the money.
Oh, you
Thank
guys
you.
made out.
Yeah, of course we did.
Tulia just smirks. Tulia's gonna smirk.
I didn't mean it like
Mark.
that, but whatever you do on your own time is your business.
See, Komai, sometimes betting does pay off.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
I'm
I will have to branch out next time.
Oh.
That's in character. All right. Komai, get the hell out of here. No, I'm writing it down so that we can put it in the recap.
Please do.
It's forever in this game now.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think we deserve a hearty meal and maybe a moment to plan for tomorrow and celebrate our sweet victory.
Didn't we just eat?
You were the only one eating.
Yeah, we've had like bar food.
Yeah, like
I
an
thought we
actual
had
meal.
deer and fish and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
I
at
thought
a
that
bar.
was
It's
yesterday.
No, that was
Oh, that was
No, that was earlier.
earlier, but it was still earlier in the day. Remember, you guys have traveled several miles since then.
That's right. Okay. My bad.
Yeah,
Hey, I had a good berry.
it's got to be like
literally good.
mid-afternoon, late afternoon, right?
You
Okay,
guys
sorry.
spent some time in there. It's about 3:30.
Oh yeah, no. Then Tulia would be like, "Yes, please, let's go get something to eat."
Is there like a nice restaurant here, Professor?
We have good berries.
Is that a restaurant called Goodberries?
Yes, it's in the branches right above Komai's head.
Yeah, there's a great vegan restaurant called Goodberry, home of the Goodberry.
Oh, no.
Can I take your order?
Oh
Cal
no.
will look
Jason,
for...
you're on like a roll today.
Yeah, I know.
Your Wheaties this morning?
He ate Raisin Bran Crunch, so close.
Cal will look for an affluent, like commoner walking around, or like somebody who's just
An
entered
affluent
Affluent
commoner?
commoner.
All right, look, I a local, I should have said, not.
All right, so you guys see this see this guy walking down the street. He's completely affluent, just walking down.
All right. Okay. Hey there, buddy. Do you know of a good restaurant near here?
A good restaurant? That depends on what you define as good.
Good question.
Pleasurable, tasty. Something that makes you after you eat there, you're like, yeah, I enjoyed that.
Kind of thinks to himself, yeah, I know something that's like that.
Oh god.
I've met the cannibal. Yeah. Whereabouts?
Just head down the street, hang a left, go past the refugee sector. It's called Heaven's Tower.
Heaven's Tower. All right. Yeah, I appreciate it, buddy. What was your name? I'm Cal.
I'm Rick.
Rick. Pleasure. All right. I'll see you around, Rick.
He nods and heads off.
Heaven's Tower. Heaven's Tower.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
I would
Food.
watch you eat once again.
Do
Where's
either
the
of you know about Heaven's Tower, Professor
we don't-
Komai?
Really eat in
They don't-
town.
Yeah, they don't eat, so they good berry.
I thought that I might ask. That's all.
All right, so you guys gonna head there?
I think so.
Yes,
on-
yes.
Yep.
Yeah, please.
On the way, Lacon's gonna just start saying out loud, like, "So, did you guys see anything unusual, like shadows and like weird things going on, like I don't know, snooping or anything like that?"
Oh yeah, super weird. This Hemlin guy, he like waved his hand, and our drinks just flew over to us through the air. It was crazy.
Interesting.
As for the shadow thing, Lacon, I mean, the sun moves, and that's what happens when the sun moves.
Right, but I understand how that works. But
She just. Sorry, go ahead.
like, I saw the door open, like the front door, and then there was nobody there, and then it closed, and it looked like there was the faintest like shadow. It went it went behind the bar and just stood there for a little bit and then left. And I don't know. I could be seeing things that could have been some really, really good alcohol. I don't.
Komai would pop in and say the strangest thing is that it was a perfect circle.
Well, that is odd. I was actually just about to say there are some magics that can, create invisible beings or make one invisible. But a circle, that is odd.
Was it like really high up and you just couldn't see it?
I didn't notice anything.
Cal will quickly search the horizon for strange circles just bandying about.
Cal, looking up in the horizon, up in the sky, looking for circles. You see this giant flaming circle in the air.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
was going to go there
sorry.
if you weren't.
Yeah, sorry. I only see circles that are made of light, not shadow. I don't know what to tell you. What a strange happenstance.
Those of you who were in, I guess everybody but Bakon and Komai, you guys didn't see any shadows when your food and stuff like that was brought out, your cups, the platter. There was nothing that casted a shadow on the ground.
Huh. Do I still have a shadow?
Yes. You get the
Good
feeling.
question, though.
You get the feeling that it's two different instances of whatever happened.
Well, he certainly has some tricks up his sleeve.
So, you said that there might be magics maybe involved in that?
I mean, perhaps nothing that I can think of, but there are some magics where you can, create invisible servants who run around, or one of my coworkers had that trick. It comes in very, very handy.
I see. Sorry, I'm just not quite as versed in that as I'd like.
Cal has like a flash of recognition and is like, "Oh, is this why they call it a shady bar? Because they have shadows just flying around?"
No, dear. Not
I
usually.
will raise up my eyebrow. Like,
I'm sorry.
what?
No? Okay.
All right. So it's at this point you guys reach Heaven's Tower. In front of it, it's kind of like reddish and kind of like it from left to right goes from like red and kind of fades into a purple across the top of the doorway. It's got windows, but they're kind of dark and tinted. And then it's got the lone door in the front, and it's rather large, and it kind of goes up story-wise.
Cal squints at these tinted windows. I don't know how I feel about this.
Oh, you're the one who wants to eat, dear.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. Cal will brazenly head through the door.
Okay. So you open the door, Cal?
Correct.
All right. So as you open the door, you can see, you open the door and you're about to take a step in. You see a scantily clad woman standing behind a desk. You see a couple of scantily clad women on both sides. You see some, men in like banana, thongs and stuff like that, kind of standing on the side.
I knew you were gonna go do that.
I will close my eyes and like put my hands over my eyes, be like, nope, turning around.
Isn't this like literally like? Isn't this what you did?
Good
I was about to
day.
say-
Out of character?
Yeah.
I'm looking for a meal.
I think we were pranked. Tulia can't take her eyes away.
Oh, really?
Cal,
She's
you
just like
you-
flabbergasted by this.
Cal, you looking around, you'd recognize this as a brothel.
I am going to be leaving now, and he takes a step back and closes the door.
And then you remember your first words was that you were looking for a pleasurable place to dine.
Good eating.
And that's where we'll take our break.
Prick.
Cal leading us to a brothel. Thanks.
I'm adding
Nice.
Rick to my list.
Oh boy.
Don't say pleasurable.
All right,
Ever
note to self: find a way to describe food.
again.
All right.
Why is that?
All right. So go ahead and take your break, and we'll resume after our break.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
chair has been causing me to cramp up, so I
Ooh.
get to sit on the couch now. Oh yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
fun.
my father-in-law was telling me about because the dryer's been out for almost a week now.
Oh, fun.
Fixed it today, and so I was like, oh yeah, oh. And I just lost my cheese sticks.
Your cheese sticks or cheese steaks?
My cheese sticks. I have my
Cheese
think of
sticks are
blueberries.
delicious.
Yes, they are.
Cheese steaks would have been better.
I'm too
Agreed.
full for that. I'm too full for that. I just wanted something to nibble on, so I got myself some cheese and blueberries.
Nice.
There's a place out by me that makes some really damn good cheesesteak.
I haven't
You're just
had it in
teasing this
such a
right
long time.
Oh, hey, nerds.
Wow.
Sup, girl?
Guys, I am going to be a professional hot gluer at the end of this.
You finally figured out why the thing wasn't coming out?
Yeah, I was an idiot.
What she means is when she says she's going to be a professional hot gluer, she's going to be mostly glue by the end of this.
Oh no.
I only burned myself like 3 times.
Oh,
Which, from what I
that's-
understand from hot gluing, is actually pretty good.
Yes, it's pretty good.
I've been doing it for
Yeah.
2 hours and only burned myself 3 times.
Yeah, no, that's freaking
1.5
impressive
times
because
now.
let me tell you, being a cosplayer with hot glue, whew.
Oof.
So what you're
Thank God.
saying? What you're saying is you haven't come unglued.
She hasn't come
Not
unstuck.
yet.
You're
You guys
right.
want to see my progress?
I do. Yes. I always love seeing progress of anything. I don't care what it is.
Oh, you should send him like all the progress pictures.
Boom.
All right.
You're proud of it. I'm proud of it too.
So let's go ahead and pick up where we left off.
Cal leans against the door and sighs. Okay. I need a break from all this. Going inside of buildings and hiding, I'm just getting pushed to my limit here, guys.
Julie's gonna be like, sorry to intrude, but we were told this was an eating place. Can you tell us where a good restaurant is?
Well, I thought we left.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Cal just
sorry.
like closed the door when he saw like
Oh,
all the-
okay.
He opened the door and then immediately closed the door.
Oh, okay, my bad. Oh, hell yeah, look at you go.
All right. So what you guys stand outside the brothel. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we still have
Certainly.
another piece to find.
Or we could just eat another good berry. Tulia shivered a little bit.
You only
Right,
need
let's-
one a day. You,
Or,
uh, I'll, or Komai will probably just take his basket down and I'll grab the rest of the berries that he cast this morning. There you are.
yeah, Tulia will take one, and she's gotten used to it by now. She just eats it.
Pop it in my mouth. Be like, all right, let's go to fishing or whatever.
Well,
Well,
there-
there's still quite a bit of problem solving in
yeah,
that regard.
we need to take the
Mhm.
night and prepare and kind of know what we're getting into before we jump down all willy nilly. People's lives are being lost to whatever's down there. You know,
We've been lucky
successfully
so far.
winning a bet to win a headless horse. I guess it's not a goat now, right? Winning a bet is one thing, but fighting something or trying to best.
No, I know. I'm
something
just saying that
can
we've been
sink a
pretty
boat.
lucky, so let's not let's not push it.
Let's not, yeah.
All right. So you guys want to head back to your campsite outside the city grounds?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we Bob.
Sure thing.
What? Yes, sir.
Who's Bob?
Okay, so you guys can head out of town and go to your normal camping spot.
So who here knows how to swim?
Julia just laughs.
I mean, I've had to wade and swim through like rivers before. I can't say that the ocean has been on my list of things that I've done.
Julia's just gonna flat out say,
I mean, I
they don't.
swam before. I wouldn't say that I'm an accomplished swimmer, but what I don't. We're only level 3. I don't think we have any. Well, yeah, no, we're not gonna have any like water spell things.
Nope.
Yeah, what are readings?
Low level problems.
Sorry,
Look, it's.
I was about to say that's back with Bethany. Sorry, guys.
Look, I mean, I can hold my breath for a pretty long time, so can Komai.
Do you have like a water breathing berry? Like, I know it's a really good berry, but you know.
No, I don't believe he has. That's beyond the scope of berries.
I
What if
wasn't aware
we-
that berries had a scope.
What if we could?
Learn something new every day.
Well, it doesn't have to be water breathing. What if we just breathed air? What if we just brought the air with us under the water?
Like, put a what?
I mean, is there a
Is
spell?
Cal about to invent the diving bell?
Is there it's the diving Cal? Thank you very much.
Oh, maybe it's missed in translation. It was always called the bell instead of cowl after a while.
Yeah, the diving bell is from a different campaign.
A sneaky bird came and stole it.
Well, I mean, is there a spell where you can just have like a bubble of air around your head, or? I mean, can you like tip a boat upside down and just hide in the air?
Well, that wouldn't really get us very deep.
Hmm.
Don't boats still float, even if you turn them upside?
Right, which is why I was saying it wouldn't get us very far. I mean, we could ask weren't we at like out of character? Weren't we just at like a diving shop, or was that like a fisher place? I don't remember.
Well, the fishing couple will just fish like with boats. I don't know that they really swam underwater much. I mean, a couple of us can hold our breath for a decent amount of time. It's just a matter of getting down there and finding the wing. And Lorik's other gear, of course. Jason, would we have an idea of how dark it would be 200 feet under the water?
You would feel like that
It's
only
200
those.
feet. I missed that.
Yeah.
Sorry, say again,
Yeah.
Jason. I couldn't hear you.
You would feel like that only those with dark vision would be able to see.
200 feet out of character. 200 feet would like kill you.
No.
Yeah.
Gear to make sure it doesn't compress you into a can.
200 feet?
200 feet is really, really deep.
200 feet?
Yeah, 200 feet? Yeah.
I need to Google it now. I don't want to, in real life, be diving and dying.
There you
What
go.
are you
Just
talking about, Cal?
Well, in
Google?
real life, you have the oxygen tanks when you dive that deep have nitrogen in them, so that you don't get the bends.
well, just Google how far can somebody dive down without scuba gear.
I thanks Google. The Guinness World Record is exciting and all.
You can safely dive to 60 feet if you're able to hold your breath. However, that doesn't mean you can do that on your first attempt.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to like train to do that
My
shit.
God.
Yes, you
The
can.
maximum depth anyone has ever reached is 700 feet. with
Yeah.
a single breath of air.
See, there you go. It's possible. 200
You
feet.
can dive.
Yeah, we'll just wait a couple of years for you guys to train yourselves for single-person deep diving.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, right.
I can hold my breath for like 4 minutes, which is.
Can we just say like Axio left part of this wing? Oh wait, this isn't the Harry Potter game.
No.
Jason, would we have an idea of human body limits on diving 200 feet?
I mean, you guys are not trained. I mean, let's be honest. You guys are not trained divers, and holding your breath for 4 or 5 minutes is not something that you should be capable of, just as a general thing. So being able to dive 200 feet shouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
Wait, shouldn't be an issue?
No, shouldn't be an issue.
As in, we can do it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay, so we can't. So we're
Sorry, I'm using real life logic in a video game, but you know.
Yeah,
so we're hashing this out. So we can get down 200 feet, but it is going to be dark down there.
Yeah, there's no rules for depth in 5th edition, so.
I mean, you can't fight a Leviathan or a Kraken or whatever without being underwater.
I mean, you could if you brought it to land.
So follow-up
Land
question.
Kraken.
Me and
Never
Komai
mind.
can dive underwater. I think Komai can see in the dark, but I sure can't.
That sounds good.
Komai cannot.
Oh,
Amazing.
I'm so sorry, Komai. I mean, we
Only-
can't see in the dark down there. I from what I remember, fire does not work underwater.
The 2 elves and the dwarf are the ones that can see underwater.
Yep. Hello.
Tula,
Boys
can
and
you-
dwarvish.
I'm making a quick assessment about Constitution. I'm going to assume. Hey, Tulia, can you?
Yeah.
How long can you hold your breath?
3 minutes.
3 minutes? Okay. My hope is that we can get in and out without too much duress.
I mean, so I can tell you that looking for things above ground takes significantly longer than 3 minutes, and you're not usually holding your breath.
I know this was a week ago, but do remember he did say that he would take you to the spot of where his ship had sunk. So you'll have at least a strong idea where the ship is. As far as where the wing and the other stuff is, that'll be a different story.
Right, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, even though we know exactly, even if you walk up to your desk, sometimes it still takes you more than 3 minutes to look for something.
So, in pure mechanical terms, I think swimming through water is like difficult terrain. So if we dashed, we could swim 30 feet. So in 30 to 45 seconds or such, we'd be at the ocean floor, quote unquote.
As long as nothing stops you or prevents you in any way.
Right. Barring any giant sharks or megalodons or sentient boats or whatever.
Yep. Sentient boat.
No, don't give the team ideas. Rule number 4. So I mean, I want to dive down there and help you guys, but I can't see.
I was just about to say, you can't see, my friend. I appreciate it, but you cannot see.
Well, there are sources of magical light. I don't know if anybody has one of those. I don't know what's if there's. I'm sure there's a druid spell, isn't there? I don't know what
Yeah.
the
I have continual flame, but that will probably go out in the water. So
Well, it's
Unless
unless
it's a
it's
magical flame.
Costs a lot of money.
Yeah, but
yes, it does. Also, it
Oh,
does
yeah,
not go
no.
on water.
Whew, never mind. Whew.
You can't afford to cast that.
Hello,
No, I
I would
cannot.
like 25 gold worth of powdered silver.
25? It is 200, I think.
No, it's 25.
Listen
No,
here,
it's-
you little.
you're thinking of making it permanent.
No, that is what it is. It makes it permanent.
I see.
Anyway.
mean, does Komai have the light cantrip?
Let me check.
Does anyone have the light cantrip?
No, I do not.
Heck,
Nope. I was looking and I don't. I have Sacred Flame, Resistance, and Mending, and that's it.
Would Komai suggest the dark vision spell? Probably. I think we were talking about
We
it
don't.
before.
I don't think he has that. We're only level
It's
3.
a druid spell.
We're only level 3.
Yeah, dark vision's at level 2.
Yeah, it's a level 2 spell.
Oh. Oh right.
We had a day
Yeah.
to prepare for this, and we knew about this, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, that's what you're doing right now.
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now is preparing for it.
yeah. So
Yes,
that's why we're
he can prepare the dark visions.
He can only cast it once. Is that right?
That's correct. So one person can get
one second level.
No, he can cast it twice. It lasts 8 hours.
Oh, okay. So we could get 2 people at least.
Yes.
So I can't see. Tula, you can see. Komai can see.
Komai cannot see.
Oh fuck, Komai cannot see.
If
So
he
it would
casts
be you
the
and
spell on
Komai.
himself, he can see.
Who would get the spell?
Right, and then Tula would come down with us.
Because she can see.
My thinking is we could, try and get down there stealthily, avoid whatever the scary unknown creature is, get the crate, get the little wing, and hightail it out of there. And I have to think fighting underwater has to be like sluggish, right? I can't really effectively swing my weapon down there, right?
I would imagine that to be the case.
What? Well, I mean, fishers have to get their food somehow.
It's all in how you use it. You notice how plenty of fishermen, well, many use nets, but there's other techniques such as spear fishing, where you thrust and it relatively easily cuts through the water.
Oh, sure. I do not possess a spear. I don't suppose anybody here has a spear that
I have a warhammer, and that's it.
You can get a big long stick and then shave the tip for a point. It's free.
Time to quickly find out how much a spear costs.
I have this, and like on points, Pat's a short sword that's at his hip.
Would that be as effective underwater?
Who's to know? I can't say I'm an expert
Well,
on.
we have a perfectly good ocean to find out.
If you're willing to try it.
Okay, let's think. So I might try to. I mean, if you're not using that, if that short sword works, by all means.
No, if you want to try it, if you're going down there.
Is there like a river or something nearby? Yeah,
we can just walk. We have all day. It's only like 3:30 p.m.
Yeah,
go
it's
to
probably
the ocean.
30 at this point.
Yeah.
BK.
Yeah. I mean, let's go back into town. Let's go to an ocean. Let's play around in the surf for a while. Do we have an idea of when the weapon shops would close? If one, I presume a weapon shop exists somewhere.
In the city or in the fishing village?
In the city.
You would know that most of the weapon shops, most of the specialty shops, close down an hour after lamplights. This would be Zilwas and Komai.
Oh sure. So we would have to. We should get a scoot on. I mean, anybody who's keen, let's quickly buy a spear, and we'll just try the spear, the short sword out in the surf, and make sure we're equipped. Oh hell, maybe our armor too. I don't know if that's going to be relevant.
I feel like wearing armor is not conducive to swimming.
You're right. Yeah, not if we're trying to be quiet.
Or
not
agile at all.
All right, we got a couple of things to test here. Yeah, let's head out to the city and buy like a spear or something, and we'll head to the surf after and find out what we can reasonably accomplish.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so yeah, you guys can easily find one, especially with Zoa's and Komai's help. Find a shop that'll sell a spear. It wouldn't take you that long.
Spears are... How much is a spear? Like a gold?
Whatever they are in the player's handbook.
Very cool. I'll buy a spear. Why not? Can throw it, can hold it. Great time. Cool. And then we'll head out to the same beach on the north.
Okay, so you guys gonna head back to the fishing village?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Cal has his chain shirt on and a shield. Very cool. Spear can't be one-handed. That's all I need to see. So Cal will presumably take off his chain shirt but leave the shield on, see if that impedes his movement. And take the short sword and just try to wade around in the water and give a couple of swings and see if it will impede him or not.
Okay. Are you fully submerging yourself or just standing hip high?
fully submerging myself.
Okay. Yeah, it's impeded.
Oh, the short sword is?
Yeah, I believe all weapons except for piercing weapons are impeded.
A short sword is a piercing weapon.
Yeah,
is it? Okay, then.
It
Yeah,
is quite specifically why I suggested that.
The rules I'm quoting include dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident.
Yeah, what's our piercing weapons?
Oh my god. I want to buy a fucking trident just for this. I mean, not really, but...
Do it.
Poseidon quivers before him.
Fuck
Cal, jumps out of the... Well, not jumps, but, pokes his head out of the water. Yeah, this short sword works.
Julia's just laughing at him as she's taking off her armor.
So the shield doesn't impede movement or anything?
No. Armor really doesn't do anything for underwater combat.
Oh, but chain shirt would impede stealth, so I figure
Yes.
at the very least I'm gonna keep that off. I've got a good dex. I'm feeling roasty.
It's worse in water because sound propagates better.
Mm-hmm.
So Cal will swim back up to the surf. All right. I honestly I feel better with this short sword than the spear, but good to have it just to have it, right?
Yeah, it's always good to have more weapons than little.
What about you, Tulia? You feeling comfortable in the water?
Not really, but we gotta do what we gotta do. She shrugs.
What about you, Komai? You feeling pumped?
Pumped full of what?
Oh boy.
I'm not gonna answer that. Something just occurred to me. I'm gonna quickly just look at something. Don't mind me. Let's touch.
Keep in mind that those of you who are spellcasters, you use your one breath for that spell.
Yeah, I remember.
Mm.
And then you begin
That's a
suffocating
good
if you're still
point.
underwater.
Wait, what spell are you referring to?
Can I? So, obviously,
Any spell that has a vocal
longbows are
component.
piercing damage. But I can only hold my breath. It's a minute per con mod, right?
1+ con
Yeah.
mod.
I mean, do you guys think that we should get some ropes and tie them around you guys?
I was
Yeah.
going to suggest
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
Well, if
have
it's 1
several
plus our con mod, then it's 4 minutes that I can be underwater. I'm sorry.
Cal
That was my mistake.
Cal opens his backpack and pulls out 250 feet of hempen rope. Do you reckon this is enough?
I can swim down about a minute and just shoot at things. I have a pretty good range on my bow, just in case you were to come up against anything.
I don't think bows work very effectively down below.
I mean, they're piercing.
Have you tried shooting a bow underwater?
Yeah, it's piercing melee weapons. The bows, it's because of their draw strength.
So ranged weapons have disadvantage and can only fire the first increment.
That's still 150 feet.
At disadvantage.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at. Just doing
you
it.
Better
in
crit
character.
all these.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
I'm just saying, I could, if I have 2 minutes of air, I can swim a minute down. Keep an eye out and then swim back up.
If we have a light 200 feet down, we're doing the dark vision thing. We're not doing any. We don't have any sources of light. Okay, so let's go over the plan. We don't wear any noisy armor. We try to be quiet when we get down there. We try to be quick. We try to find only what we need. We've got rope so that we can get out, so that we can get pulled out if we're suddenly killed. And we're equipped with weapons that will do well with if something tries to attack us, like a shark or something. I'm feeling good.
Tulia will look over at Aranya and be like, "May I use one of the daggers?"
Oh, don't lose it. And I'll hand you my little
I'm worried about you going underwater too, darling. And she pats her.
I'll hand you the elven dagger that I have.
Okay. Can I just put a dagger in my thing, Jason?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
So I've got 250 feet of rope. I mean, that's enough for one person. Do we want to just have one person with the rope, or?
No, we should have rope for everyone.
Hold on just a second. I'm going to check the rope.
Wait, I only have 50 feet of rope with me.
It doesn't hurt to have more rope, so I mean, I'll just buy like another 500 feet of rope.
I don't think we need that much.
I didn't mean to
Here,
click that.
I have another 50.
Yeah, I think the Explorer's Pack has 50 feet of rope.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then I have some too.
So yeah. I mean, we want to give you, because it's 200 feet down, so I mean, we can give you an extra 50 feet that way. So if we have 3 ropes tied together, we wouldn't need multiple ropes then. That way you guys can like maneuver around.
I think everybody's just looking at rope.
Yeah, correct.
Correct.
Whatever you decide to do, I'll stay up top and I'll help pull rope out as you guys.
Make sure it's tied to like the ship.
That was the intention.
I respect you guys, but I am. Everyone down here is pretty. Oh, I have a question. So Cal gestures to the sword that's on his person, and then asks Komai to like pick him up, because he picked me up just the other day.
Okay, you want Komai to pick you up?
Sure, he'll try and pick Cal up.
Okay, he picks up Cal.
Cal will see if he'll take the his longsword off and see if Lacan can pick that up.
He'll try and pick it up.
Okay.
I assume it's heavy as shit.
Are you holding on to it?
Yeah, Cal is making sure it doesn't drop into the sand. Is just trying to see if it's any different weight there.
And as long as you're holding on to it, anybody can pick it up.
Oh, sure. So Cal will eventually, at some point, let go, and then I'm sure Lacan falls to the ground.
Yeah, once you let go, then it becomes heavy.
It's the comedic, like you drop it into his hands, and then he immediately faceplants.
So Lacan looks like an emu. He's just.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
I'm so sorry. Oh my god. And Cal will help him up. Okay, I never thought I'd have to see if somebody could pick me up, but I think as long as you aren't trying to just pick up my sword, I guess it's okay.
So don't drop it.
Got it. Don't drop the sword.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. Why are you making that face?
Nothing.
I don't understand.
Okay. So do we feel like we have enough rope?
So you have what? You have 200?
I've got 250, yeah.
Okay, I have 50, so that's 300.
I have 50.
Okay, that's 350, and then Tulia said she had another 50.
Mm-hmm.
400 feet of rope.
I have 50.
450.
Komai probably has rope. Did you already account for that?
Komai does not have rope, as far as I know. I think he didn't really take anything.
I thought you were looking at hempen rope.
It does not
She's
say.
looking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he
over.
didn't take anything. I think he rolled for gold.
All right, so then we need 50 more feet of rope.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a strong believer in rope. I'll just buy another 50 feet. And if I've got the time, I'll just go to a shop and buy that rope.
Yeah, I mean the fishing ville's got plenty of rope that'll sell you.
Nice. Follow-up question. Those of us that aren't wearing armor, does anyone have a spell that can, say, provide some kind of magical armor?
What?
As I said before,
I mean, I'm seeing a lot of fantastical things here. I just figured I'd ask.
None of us are spellcaster classes, right?
Oh. I mean, we're all just people. I'm just asking.
Well, I'm letting you know that out of character.
All right.
So none of us even really know. Well, except for Komai, who's a druid, but doesn't have. None of us are arcane casters. Is that correct?
I mean, I can't cast a single spell, so.
Right. Okay.
All right. Awesome. So I buy another 50 feet of rope. We're feeling good. All right. I mean, I'm feeling as prepared as I can be.
Julia will not as well. She'll be like, well, might as well get this over with.
All right. We just need to have a good night's sleep, and we can just head out there in the morning. I'm of the understanding that Komai doesn't have spells prepared for diving
that
into any
is correct. I will prepare it tomorrow.
Thank you so much, buddy.
Yes, and also we spoke to the gentleman that we would come back tomorrow, and then he would take us out to see.
Yeah, we told Lorik we'd be out there already. Last time we were here.
Yeah, so we have time.
Okay. It's funny to think that we were arrested only a few hours ago.
Yeah, it is something to think about, isn't it?
What a busy day.
We're busy people.
No kidding. I'm not gonna lie, these other treasure hunters are not up to scratch.
All right. So you guys want to take your long rest here?
It's so big.
Yeah, we'll chill out, chat,
Oh, we'll have like a beach.
play some campfire games.
Beach bonfire. Yes.
Sounds fun
I'll
to me.
play my viol.
What do you mean you guys don't know what volleyball is?
No tornadoes. All right.
Oh, that's good. That's always a nice thing to not have.
No sharks either.
During your watch, you see the water recede like 1,000 feet.
Oh, Jesus. Please no.
Oh, no.
All right. You guys can get a nice long, peaceful rest. You guys are in a village, so nothing is
Nice.
gonna happen to you guys.
Life's good.
And Komai will prepare Dark Vision.
Thanks, Komai. Oh, I guess I might even have... I have spells. I might actually need to change them. Let's find out.
All right, so it's a bright, sunny day, cloud-free. You all feel well rested.
Alright, we hear you.
Yay!
I'm feeling good.
By the time you guys wake up, Lacon's finishing his morning stretches.
Okay, let's prepare spells that I might actually be able to use.
Off in the distance, towards you guys would have seen this throughout the day and night of ships coming and going. But off in the distance, you can see towards Lorik's house that he's got a large rowboat set out in the front of his yard, and it looks like he's over there preparing stuff.
Before we go, I feel we should eat.
Oh, right, of course. Komai?
And
Yeah, well, apparently it's hard to find a good meal, so I'll take a good berry.
I'll take one.
Delicious.
Okay, those of you who eat the good berry feel the effects of good berry and no longer feel the hunger pains.
Nice. But we are malnourished.
Over the next hour, you can see Lorik getting everything settled in the boat, and he begins dragging it out towards the ocean.
Hey, you need a hand there, Lorik?
If you don't mind helping me.
Yeah, of course. And Cal will help move the rowboat.
as will Lacon.
Are you all ready to set sail?
I believe so.
I believe so as well.
Yeah, of course. How big is this big rowboat?